Are you struggling with money and wondering why you haven't achieved financial security and the wealth that you so desire? So habits are what shape our life. And if you're finding yourself struggling with money, chances are it has to do with some of the habits that you are doing it over and over again. And I know it's so tough to hear, and it's much easier to just blame your financial situation to something or someone else, but I'm gonna give you some tough love. The chances you don't have the money that you desire is you and your habits. Sure, you can say, well, I'm doing whatever I can but my spouse. I'm doing whatever I can but the economy, but this, but that. But how many people do you know or have you seen on TV who are rocking it and have a ton of money, even though they came from really, really humbling beginnings, or they're rocking it even during really bad economy? Why do you think that is? The good news is you can start pivoting and changing towards financial security first by knocking out and identifying the bad habits that you have, and then by developing new good money habits. So we're going to cue in the intro and dive into the top 5 bad money habits I've seen in my students that was keeping them from moving towards wealth. And while we do that, go ahead in the comments and let me know, what is your 5-year money goal? Go ahead and comment below and let's go. Hey guys, I'm Kiana Danielle, 3-time author and the founder of the Invest Diva movement, the march to jump on to take control of your financial future and to make your money work for you. The top 5 bad money habits I'm going to dive in today are the ones that I've seen the most among my students or my friends and family, and number 4 and 5 are the ones that I actually personally struggled with and are the most important ones and the toughest ones to knock out. So I'm going to show you what they are and how you can change them so that you can start seeing more money in your life. Bad money habit number 1 is relying on credit cards to pay bills. Guys, you should never spend the money that you don't have. So this is very interesting because this concept was foreign to me. I was born and raised in Iran, and in Iran, back then we didn't even have a credit card system. Being in debt was not even something that nobody talked about because nobody did it. It's just cultural that nobody would spend the money that they didn't have. So I came to America and I'm seeing all these people just buying stuff on credit card and then not paying the credit card and then accumulating the debt and then having to pay the interest. Who do you think is getting that money? It's the banks. Why do you think they kind of hide the fact that you're paying how much interest on it? They don't push you to pay your credit cards because they benefit from it. Why do you think the government is not educating you on financial literacy? It's because there are big corporations that are just built on the very fact that you don't know that you should not be relying on your credit card. The first step you can take in order to knock out this bad habit is probably to stop using credit cards altogether and just using debit card or cash. I know that by not using credit cards, you're going to lose out on credit score, or there are some rewards that you can get. By the way, why do you think they give you rewards? It's because they want you to keep on using the credit card. Anyways, if it's such a struggle for you to not use credit cards, maybe you need to step back and only go back to debit cards so that you develop the habit and then you can switch back onto credit card. Bad money habit number 2 is spending money on things that aren't investments. What do I mean by that? I know that on Instagram or on social media, the idea of being rich or wealthy is having that Lamborghini and just spending money and shoving money down in the toilet. But that is not what real wealthy people do. Real wealthy people, if you look at them, Warren Buffett, they actually live very modestly. They only spend money on things that really add value to their lives. Personally, I only invest money on things that I know is going to add value to my business, is going to buy me time, because time is the most valuable thing you will ever have. And some people say time is money. No, time is a million times more valuable than money. So if I can buy myself time, I will spend money on it. If I can buy something that is going to make me more money in the long run, I'll spend money on it, like makeup. If I was not making YouTube videos and TikTok videos and that wasn't like a source of my income, I probably wouldn't bother spending money on makeup. I only buy clothes when I know that is going to contribute into my viewership. I have a business. I only buy things that I know is going to be tax deductible. So all the while I do enjoy the luxury of life, I really try to limit the amount that I spend on things that are not necessary, are not going to add value, are not going to buy me time. So the next time that you're going to reach and buy that new shiny object, think twice. Because guess what? You can be putting that money into investments. If you can't find anything that is going to add value to your life, instead of buying that Apple phone, you could be buying an Apple stock that is going to grow in time. That is the road to true wealth. Bad money habit number 3 is not being prepared for an emergency. You guys, you cannot even start to think about investing or buying things that you want if you don't have money in your emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? You must have enough savings sitting in your bank account that is going to cover your butt if shit hits the fan, if you lose your job, if the economy goes down, if you get scammed by some shady prince in Nigeria and they take away all of your money. There are countless ways that you could find yourself in an emergency, and you have to be prepared. This is financial literacy 101, and I cannot stress this enough. Not having an emergency fund is only going to add stress to your life. I see this even with my own family. Like my parents really wanted to buy a house, and they were going to put all the money in their savings into buying that house. And I'm like, guys, you can't do that. You're retired. You don't have a revenue anymore. You cannot just put everything in your saving into buying a house. You must find a better way. Either buy a smaller house, create cash, find a way to keep that emergency fund intact. And I know it's easier said than done, and that's the reason why I've actually gone ahead and created an on-demand masterclass for you that you can go and register for. Open a new tab, go to learn.investdiva.com/yes and register for it so that you can understand the basics of money management. I'm also going to add a link to it in the description area of this video. Bad money habit number 4, not making your money work for you. So you've got your savings account, you've got the emergency fund, and you have stopped using credit cards. Now you're having an excess amount of money sitting in your bank account. That is a very bad habit. Your excess amount of money needs to be working for you. The circle of wealth is making cash, saving for your emergency fund, and then having the rest of it working for you and create more wealth. What do I mean by that? I mean investing. How many successful entrepreneurs or lottery winners do you know that are broke? How many people do you know who have awesome jobs but have no money? That's because they don't get their money to work for them. The only path to true wealth is if your money is working for you and growing on its own in your sleep. And the sooner you get started with investing, the better off you are in the long run. You cannot wait until you have a huge amount of money to start investing. You can literally get started with $500 and keep on growing. What you should do is to see how much money you can save on a monthly basis on the things that you don't really need to spend your money on, and automatically put that money through your investment account. It's like tax. Just make your peace with it. You're never gonna see that money again, and it's gonna work for you in your investment account. The most empowering stories that I've heard are those from a cab driver or an Uber driver who started putting money aside in their investment accounts, and they turned it into millions of dollars over time. Think about that for a second. This bad money habit was one of the things that I had to teach myself, and I was fortunate enough to learn about it when I was still relatively young. I was only 24 when the 2008 market crash happened, and I learned about the magic of investing. But bad money number 5 is the one that I struggled the most with. And that is making myself believe that money is evil and that I do not need it. Before I get into why money is not evil, I'd love to hear from you. Answer yes or no in the comments. Growing up, were you forced to believe that money is the source of all evil? So the media and Bible studies and so many people try to make us believe that the Bible actually said this, but technically this isn't even accurate. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil, which is very different than money itself. The love of money can be expressed as greed, but money itself is just a tool. It's just a tool for exchange. Kind of like a hammer. A hammer can be used to smash your thumb, in which case, yeah, a hammer is a root of evil and it smashed your thumb, but it can also be used to build a house, right? In which case, a hammer was used for a positive purpose. If you're finding yourself overspending on clothes, shoes, and restaurants when your deepest values reflect wanting a secure retirement and making sure your kids can go to college, then the issue isn't that money is evil. The issue is that you're not spending your money in a way that aligns with your purpose. And a bonus subtitle of money is the root of all evil is that money can't buy happiness. How many times have you heard that? Now, while it's true that if you're not happy within yourself, no amount of money is actually going to be able to buy you happiness, but money can buy healthcare. It can put a roof over your head. It can buy you groceries. It can buy you electricity. It can buy you running water, vacations, medication. If you think money can't buy happiness and love is the answer, try paying your electricity bill with love next time. Doesn't work that way. And the problem with having this deep belief is that you are going to unconsciously reject money. And I see this again firsthand with my own family. They say, oh, I really want money. I wish I had money. And then when the opportunity arises to actually give them money, first, they think it's too good to be true. And then they're like, they probably shouldn't even have it because it's evil. You do so many unconscious things to reject money if you're deep down are thinking that money is the root of all evil. It's not. Money is just a tool. And if you have more of it and if you're a good person, you can help more people. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you think who needs to kick their bad money habits. If you think I'm annoying, I don't know why you're watching up until now, but you can go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, the only path to true wealth is by making your money work for you.